Good evening. I would like to call to order the Town of Riverhead Industrial Development Agency Board meeting on January 6, 2025 at 5 p.m. I'd just like to note that I believe on the Zoom, do we have a Zoom tonight, Tracy? I think Council Terrence Walsh is with us on Zoom, and I would also like to note that we are in full attendance tonight and have a quorum for the meeting. The first item to consider would be our proposed agenda for this evening. Could I ask for a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. And the second item tonight, I'd like to consider the minutes of our meeting of December 2nd, 2024, in Resolution 01-25. May I have a motion approving those minutes?
So moved.
I'll
All in
second.
favor? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. No correspondence for this evening's meeting. No presentations for this evening's meeting either, Tracy, that's correct? Treasurer's report, Lee.
As of December 31st, in the M&T account, there was $27,797.85. The balance in the Hanover Bank Muni Now account was $369,388.24. Wire transfers were made in the amount of $40,000 and $20,000, and interest earned for the month was $1,220.66 at a interest rate of 3.72%. In the project deposit account, there was interest earned in the amount of $2.71 and a bank charge of $22. The month-end balance was $31,808.47. Revenues for the month of December included interest earnings of $1,225.27 and pilot splitting fees of $1,250 and a miscellaneous fee of $2,500. Expenses for the month of December totaled $32,644.68.
Okay, thank you, Lee. And if everyone has read the report on expenses, I would like to ask for a motion to approve the Resolution 02-25, accepting expenses and authorizing payment of bills as of December 31,
I'll make
2024.
the motion.
Okay, may I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. Committee reports. There are no committee reports tonight.
Excuse me, Chairman, there was another resolution under Treasurer's report.
Oh, excuse me, you're right, Resolution 03-25, which rescinds a fee as a non-collectible. This was a fee that we had charged to a former client of the agency whose program was completed. And having completed the program, they felt that they did not need to pay us the remaining outstanding bill. And we've just decided, or we think it's probably not worth our while to be chasing it. I think it's about $800, is that right? And this resolution simply is an agreement to treat it as non-collectible and write it off.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second.
Who seconded it?
I'll second it.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Now to old business. Consideration to accept amended application for Island Water Parks, Scotts Point. I think this is an amended application for Island Water Park, Tracy, in respect to the changes that they're making over there.
Correct.
In the context of the conversations that they're having with the town.
Correct. In addition to the changes to the project scope that they had initially presented to our agency and was approved. So I believe the application is in sufficient form for further review, and the board can consider whether they want to accept the amended application at the next meeting or not, once I give you a synopsis during the month.
No, we'll accept the application possibly today, but it won't be approved today.
Correct.
Right.
Subject to
It's
approval.
just for,
Right.
accepting the application in full.
For
complete
review
form.
and.
Correct.
So, any comments from anyone?
Is the
Um,
attorney here? Can she maybe
Yes,
go, just review, because there were a number of items that were in the original application that are no longer going to be built, I understand. The
Yes.
job numbers are going to be different.
Correct.
I think you're still trying to nail that down. That will be very important, because that's what we're going to have you report to us, so we can report it to New York State. So we really need to nail that down, and I think that was pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the names of the entities and how that's
Right.
working, because apparently you don't have leases with these new entities. So if you could just explain a little bit about that, would be great.
Certainly. Allison Lapointe from the firm Sir Tillman, Ballin, Adler, Hyman, offices at 100 Motor Parkway, Hopog, New York, for the applicant. First, thank you very much to Tracy. We've been working extensively with Tracy over the last couple of weeks to answer all the questions. I believe of this afternoon, we had responded to all the questions that had been submitted. We did so in writing. There should be 2 letters that were circulated, one from December 23rd, which answered all the comment outstanding in the November 20th letter, and I believe the December 13th comment letter, and then a second letter which was submitted earlier today, which responded to December 31st comment, as well as some final comment received via email this afternoon. So again, thank you very much for all of your support and working our way through this. I will note that our client is on their way. They had the time of the hearing wrong, so they will hopefully be sliding in for a couple of minutes for anything we can't answer. I believe in the first case there was a discussion of the change in the scope. So there are a number of things that have been added to the scope of the project and some things that have been removed. Things like the paddle boats, the bumper boats, that has been removed, zip line has been removed, but now there's also the addition of the what are they called?
pickleball,
There's the pickleball and
racetrack.
the racetrack. The racetrack was the word I was looking for. So there are a number of things that have been added. We did submit a budget that shows items that have been removed and that financial impact plus the items that have been added. So you can see an apples to apples within the application changes that have come forth, so that way you can have a comprehensive understanding. In terms of the employees, those numbers have been adjusted. The adjustments come from a number of places. The original estimates were based on estimates that came prior to the pandemic. While this was approved in 2021 initially, the full understanding of what the marketplace would look like post-pandemic was not fully realized. The numbers will seem more conservative. The applicant fully expects to exceed those numbers, but wanted to make sure that they were putting a reasonably conservative number before this body. Again, they have goals to certainly exceed them, but that's where they are at the moment. And we submitted those again revised as of this afternoon. The applicant is very confident in those numbers. In terms of the symbiotic relationship of the 3 entities, I believe, and again, I will hopefully be able to make it in time from the applicant themselves, they are, as I understand it, a lot of co-ownership amongst them. So therefore, they operate in a symbiotic manner in which they have not put together a lease as of this date. But again, that is something they can answer more fully, and certainly something we'll be very prepared to answer if this application is accepted.
Because we're going to need, I would assume that our application is going to
So-
need to reflect all these different.
So the application does reflect it so far, and again, we're going to do a deeper dive into
Right.
it. I discussed leases with their counsel, our counsel, the necessity thereof, and it's not totally necessary. The entity is considering leases. What we do when they're not tenants per se is they're added to the application
Right.
as an operator within the application. But they will will need certificate of insurance on each entity, which they've provided. We'll need the job numbers and payroll for those entities, which, just like a tenant would. But they wouldn't report separately, they'll report as a
one
whole.
project.
Correct.
Right.
So that's where we are right now. If they do in the future decide to craft leases between the entities, we'll just probably handle them the same, but certainly note it in our files.
Where do you stand with the town?
So at this time, I believe they are still under the site plan review. Again, my firm is not handling site plan review, but I understand they've been making very good progress. I believe the planning department circulated a memo back in December outlining the progress that's made. The applicant does expect approvals either mid-March or April, I think is kind of the timeline they have been described at this time.
And the DEC?
I believe in terms of the DEC, it's a matter of finishing up the plantings, which I think was the hydro seeding, which I think at this moment we can't quite do now that we have a little bit of snow cover, but it's a matter of wrapping that up. But again, it is my understanding that it's right on the precipice of closing.
I am being kept abreast by the building department, and there is some notation in the file regarding the DEC, but some of that has to be done in the spring, so it won't be completed until the spring, like the seeding.
And what's the status of our agreement at present with the applicant? I know this is an amended
So they're-
application to conform it to where they are, but
Right.
we've already got a pilot arrangement
You do.
in place, do we not?
They are an
And the
active,
closing?
they're an active project with the agency. Because they were in somewhat of a default and they changed their project scope, et cetera, you are now provided an amended application to either accept it and continue them as a project. They're not asking for additional benefits. They did increase, obviously, the scope of the capital investment by about 13 million. And so once you get the new full picture of the current scope, you'll be able to decide, and you'll also have a new cost benefit from me, whether the package is in line with what you want to continue, whether you want to change it, whether you want to deny them and pull the entire project as an IDA benefited project. That will be your decision over the course of the next month, as long as we have everything in order, and for consideration during the next meeting. Does that explain it enough?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Any other questions? Doug, Lee, Barbara? Well, no further questions, I guess. Thank you very much. The only thing left to do, I think, would be to ask the board if I could have a motion to approve acceptance of the application.
Chairman, I also want to note that this resolution was done a month or two ago, so the scope within this resolution will also change when you get your final authorizing resolution for consideration.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because the bumper boats are still in this resolution,
Yep.
so, but you're accepting the application and,
For review.
correct.
I have no objection to accepting the application.
Right.
At least for our review, so I'll move to accept the application.
Second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
New business tonight, we have none. And we have an executive director's report tonight, Tracy?
We do.
Okay?
As you're aware, we received a review of our website from the ABO, which is the Authorities Budget Office. They're an overseeing agency, sort of like a second set of eyes for, I guess, the state legislature or comptrollers. And there were some, I don't want to say deficiencies, but corrections that needed to be made. Almost all those corrective actions have been taken. Some of the issues were attributable to a disconnect between us and the web server. Some were just glitches, some were misplaced or mistitled documents, like some IDA in the LDC, vice versa. The project listing was probably the biggest issue for me, and we were already underway with our dashboard being crafted by Camoin. About half the projects are up, but we are also creating that dashboard, which will list and also provide a lot of data points annually on the projects overall. And we will need to be a little bit patient, though. Now, we got a lot done right before the holiday, but our web guy is going to be out for a couple weeks for a medical issue, so there may be a lag in the next couple weeks, but in the meantime, I can re-review the website, and it's good. The board's up now.
Yep.
So, the pilots are all out and some are being paid already. Compliance reports are out to all the companies. The sales tax reminders for their reporting is out. And we invested in a new computer for the CFO because it was on its way out as well. And she's very hyped because it's much faster now. And that is my report.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I adjourn, any other comments from the board?
Nothing.
All right, then I would like a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Have a second, please?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We'll adjourn this meeting at 5:16 PM.
For the public hearing.
Now, I would like to call to order the Riverhead IDA Economic Job Development Corporation meeting on January 6, 2025 at 5:16 PM. I would like to note the presence of Terrence Walsh, our counsel, on Zoom, and also to note that we have a quorum present tonight. The first item of business would be to adopt our proposed agenda.
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All
Aye.
right, thank you very much. That brings us to the first and probably the main item of business for tonight, which is a public hearing regarding a supplemental public hearing for Riverhead Charter School. And for that purpose, this public hearing, I do have a statement that I'd like to make.
Chairman, just please recess this meeting and then open the public hearing.
All right, could I have a motion to recess this meeting so that that I may open the public hearing?
I'll make the motion to recess.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Yes. I call this meeting to order, that is the public hearing, at 5:17 PM. We are here this evening to accept public comment regarding the application for financial assistance of the Riverhead Charter School. I have on file affidavit certifying the publication of the following notice of public hearing in the December 26th issue of Newsday. I make the notice of public hearing and the resolution calling said hearing a part of the record of this proceeding of the Riverhead Charter School. Further, I make a part of the record of this proceeding the affidavit of Tracy Stark James as Executive Director of the Riverhead Industrial Development Agency, attesting to the service of the notice of public hearing in this matter. Will the applicant or his representative now step forward and present to the board the application for financial assistance? And please state your name and address for the record. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Ray Ankrum. The school's address is 3685 Middle Country Road, Calverton, New York, 11933. So our school, Riverhead Charter School, was founded in 2001 by parents that wanted it different from the traditional public school. I got to our school in 2012, 2013. The ELA proficiency rates for third graders at that time was 9% in ELA and 11% in math. We are now one of the in the top 5% of highest performing charter schools in New York State. When we outperform most other schools, charter and traditional public schools. Recently, this year, we just had our first graduating class of seniors. One of our seniors was a Gates Scholar and got a full ride to NYU. When I first got to our school in 2012-13, we had 170 students and 25 staff members. We currently have 975 students and 115 staff members. This shows the increasing influence of our reach. And so with this bond, we would like to extend our reach in terms of building a new high school and it being our forever home for our high school. For those of you that have been following our journey, we're currently on Sound Ave. Our kids are on top of one another in the old historic building. And so we're in desperate need for space. Our teachers are unionized. They work through NICET, which is a known fact that a lot of people don't know. Our parents are engaged. They would be here tonight if we called them to be here. And so I feel like we're doing everything that we need to do in order to present a valid case, in order for us to receive whatever it is we're asking for. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sharon Berlin from Keen & Bean, and I represent the charter school. There's just one comment that Mr. Anker made that I just want to clarify. In terms of the refunding that this board approved a year ago, which, has expired now, the money from that is going to lower, what the school has to pay towards its bonds, but it's not financing any new construction, just so that that's clear. Otherwise, are there any questions of us?
I don't think so.
No, so this is a project that we have approved, and
Yes.
it expired, so the time by which they had to close expired, so this is what we're doing today. I just want to clarify. for
Right,
the-
so I'll let Terrence give you the details because he's more familiar with the exact terminology to use, because her correction of the bond refinancing is important.
Right.
Because they're not allowed to use it depending on what the bonds are purchased for. So, go ahead, Terrence.
Right, yeah. So whenever you issue tax exempt bonds, you have to go through what's called, there's a law called TEFRA, and don't ask me what that stands for, but basically just it sets forth a process of sort of public notice, public hearings, and local government approval before you can issue tax exempt bonds. And it's similar to the process of having a public hearing for an IDA deal, where you publish a notice of public hearing, you hold the public hearing, which we're doing now, and then after we're done with this, we'll have to have the supervisor sign a TEFRA certificate approving the bonds. And the tax law requires that the bonds be issued within 12 months of having a public hearing. And so we held this public hearing I think it was last December, due to some things that came up in our tax diligence review. That the closing was delayed, and so that's why we're here now. And we just have to do this public hearing over again and have the supervisor reaffirm. There's nothing that the board needs to do to approve this right now. There's been no change to the project or a change to the amount of bonds that have been requested to be issued. And so really all we're doing now is just going through this TEFRA process again, so that we can issue these tax exempt bonds.
Okay.
All right. So we have no action to take at this time then, Terrence, correct?
Correct, yeah. We're just holding a public hearing.
Are we technically reaffirming our original approval, or?
No, the board's authorization for the bonds didn't expire. It was
Okay,
just
fine.
this
All right.
this process of having a public hearing
Okay.
has to be redone.
Any other comments from the board? No? All right, well, I'd say thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Thank you very much.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And
I'll
now
make
may-
a motion to reopen the meeting.
Thank you very much.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There
You
we go.
seconded? I'm sorry.
I did.
Thank you.
So we're back into our meeting, and I believe the next item was the approval of the minutes from our meeting of December 2nd, 2024.
I'll make a motion.
All right, second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We have a treasurer's report. Lee?
The balance in the LDC account as of December 31st was $354.27. There were bank charges in the amount of $13 as the only activity in the account for the month, and we have requested from the bank manager to refund the $13.
Thank you. There is a resolution accepting this, is that what I understand?
Yes.
02-25. May I have a,
I'll move it.
all right, second?
I'll
Second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. No committee reports this evening. No old business this evening. No new business this evening. No executive director's report this evening. So now I would like a motion to adjourn, if I may.
I'll make the motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned at 5:25 PM.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.